Hey guys, this is Colonial, and in the grand tradition of YouTube unboxing videos, I will be playing the first turn in front of you. So here we are. Now, my expansion's really terrible, so there's a few ways that it can be improved if I get lucky in a number of ways. First of all, I'm looking for a lot of provinces around my capital. I'll be very happy if I see that. Also, I'd like to maybe see a decent mercenary popping up. So let's see where I start. That's not half bad. 4 provinces. Well, I'd like a few more, but there's even only 3 I can expand to on turn 1, so that's a bit of a shame. But that's okay. I'd like to see my empire go across the river, maybe up to these mountains. I don't know, I'm only going to get like 10 or 12 provinces. So maybe this throne, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that might be pretty good. So, and let's see what the mercenaries look like. Brave Breakers. I think they're not terribly good. What I'm going to do is play the turn and then run off and look up the Brave Breakers. But in terms of the turn, I want 1 of them, 2 of them, quite a few of these guys. I'll begin building 1 of them. And profitize the scout. And that is more or less it for turn 1. See you guys on turn 2. Okay, I guess I'll play this turn in front of you as well. It's still pretty quick. Soon enough I'll switch over to playing them and then showing them to you though. So let's take a look at the mercs. Have the Brave Breakers been bought? I didn't have enough money to afford them, but it turns out they're pretty decent. Hopefully they're still available. Nope, Marignon grabbed them. William's Boys. That's a bit of a shame if Marignon is going for... Yeah. William's Boys are... I believe, just like the Brave Breakers, only less. Brave Breakers are 30 crossbows, I think William's Boys are 20. I'll definitely try for them, but I'm not going to hold out a huge amount of hope. Militias. Barbs. Alright, I think I'm going to grab that province right there. Yeah. So, boom. 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 I'm going to take a bit more time showing you the expansion this time than last time because the expansion's a bigger deal, more likely to go wrong. I'm not necessarily gonna get as many provinces as everyone else, but I have the massive scales, so even being a bit smaller, I should have the same income graph. I'm hoping for an income graph that's in the middle of the pack. I don't really mind about my provinces graph. It'll be a bit behind the pack, but that's okay. I'm also, as I mentioned, hoping for, I guess I haven't mentioned, I'm hoping for a forts graph that is top of the heap, and I'm hoping for a research graph that's top of the heap. This should be able to do it against militias and light infantries. Now, when I said I need to get lucky, one thing I meant was I needed some good, solid, weak indies right next to my capital, which seems to be pretty good. I have these little guys, and these little guys, and these little guys. Only the barbs are pretty strong, actually. Heavy cavalries. I've had practice starts where I just am surrounded by heavy cavalries, and that is not very good. Barbarians, actually... Part of me wants to attack the barbarians, because this is my archery squad, and barbarians are bad against archers. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run off and practice expanding against barbs. Let's first do my recruitment, though. Start the research going. Grab a few of them. And that leaves me ample money. Something like that. I should be able to grab them next turn. Oh, actually, you know, crossbows. These are the exact guys I should expand against those barbs with. So I think I'm gonna keep it like it is. Let's see, that guy still has dick all to do. He's not gonna have much to do for a while. I'm gonna grab a researcher. Let's do a quick... Let's look at... Does anyone have an Awake SC? Looks like no. At least no one has a turn 1 expander. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. What is this? Ulm? Why is your income... Ulm's income is plummeting. They might have gotten an unlucky event or something? I'm guessing that's an unlucky event, because even if you had huge death scales, it wouldn't show up like that. This might be enough information to see if someone has growth scales, actually. Looks like whoever's right below me does have some kind of growth scales, because they've gained some income. I have amazing growth scales, but my income's flatlined compared to Tianqi's that's gone up, so I don't know what's going on over there. Jam income, of course, nothing. Research, aha! Very interesting. Satis and Zabalba have an Awake Research God. They might actually have SCs. We'll have to see it on the next turn if they're waiting a turn for the jump. Where am I? I'm there. So, yeah. I might have... Me and Ulm look like we have tied for level 8 Dominion. I would guess there's quite a few 7s going on. I'm guessing maybe Pangea and Marignan might have 7. And then we're looking at 6 for these... I don't know, this guy, Zabalba might have 5. Tianqi as well, I doubt it though. Zabalba and Tianqi are the one who have Awake Gods, they might have 5. I don't know. Alright, so that's a bit of information. And I think I'm going to attack these guys and leave these guys for my mercs. But we'll have to see. Alright, see you guys next turn. Alright, out the gate it looks like we won our mercenary bid. Now I did put the rest of my treasury into it, so these guys cost me about 300 gold. But I would say that is very much worth it. If they can get me a couple of provinces, I will be a happy guy. So first of all, let's take a look at this battle. I won't be showing you many more of these initial expansion type of battles, but just to give you a look at what I've got here, might as well do the first one. So these archers are rubbish, but against other things, like for example these here militias, they get the job done. And yeah, I very rarely in my tests take hardly any losses against people short of crossbowmen, which is what this is. And yeah, pretty much clean house. So I think I'm going to play this turn in front of you and probably the next one as well, and then starting next episode I will start playing the turn and then recording. So I lost 3 guys, not bad at all. And this province and this province are also crossbow free. Crossbows and of course heavy cavalry is stronger than crossbows. So I'm gonna grab the one that borders my capital. And I'm going to have a go expanding with these wonderful new mercs. Now, there are no new mercs this turn. Brave Breakers actually come online again next turn, so I might have a snipe at them, but I'll just leave the rest of my money. Actually, that reminds me I need to grab one of them. This is a scout province, so starting next turn I'm going to start grabbing scouts. Alright, so I like to always practice whenever I'm expanding. In other words, go open a new single-player game and use the exact same expansion army against the exact same kind of independent and make sure I win. But when your expansion army is mercs like this and the independent is barbs, barbs are relatively rare, it makes the whole thing a lot more tricky. So I think I'm actually just going to cross my fingers and pray for this one. Hope that... I mean, I know that barbs are pretty weak against archers. Crossbowmen should, every volley, take out a fair few barbs. These crossbowmen also have broadswords, which means that even if the barbs close, they will not be completely helpless. So, I'll just hope for the best. Alright, so turn 1, 1 province. Turn 2, 2 more provinces. So that's actually a very solid expansion. If these guys win, I'll be looking pretty good for expansion, I reckon. Let's look at this. This is kind of funny. There are 8 players. Every one of us conquered 0 provinces turn 1, 1 province turn 2. Whole group. So I'm right in the middle of the pack. Forts, of course, no one. Income. I've discovered what this is. This is Alm has a blood god, and he blood hunted on turn 1, which destroyed his capital's income. So that explains that. Nothing there. And then the same blood god on turn 2 started researching. But this makes me think these 2 graphs here, I don't think those are actually awake gods, because both Zabulba and Satis actually start, one of their 2 starting commanders is a mage. So I think that's just those 2 mages researching. And then, in Sis's case, in Zabulba's case, he didn't even recruit a mage turn 1. So that's the same mage recruiting again, researching again. On the other hand, I am the only one who did not recruit a mage turn 1 or have a researcher turn 2. So hopefully I can pick up the slack, and I'm sure I can fairly easily. So that's more or less it this turn. Yeah, I'll see you next turn. Alright, turn 4, 2 battles. I don't remember which is which, but let's take a look. One of them should be no problem. The other one, I'm not so sure. So let's see how it goes. This is the easy one. Yeah, well, that's a bit of a pack, but should be fine. Archers aren't really doing the job. As soon as anyone has shields, the archers become a lot less useful. Well, there's one corpse. There's another dead from the archers. Losing a few lads. Eventually this contingent will need reinforced. Running a bit low on my pesties. Oof, this might not be so good, guys. Yep, there go the pesties. If I lose, I'll be sad. Yeah, this isn't looking good. They should be on the brink of fleeing, but let's see how it goes down. I won. But what a cost. I lost pretty much everything. Alright, let's try this one. And this is the one I'm worried about, sadly. Barbs. Well, that's good. I want to see a lot of dead barbs. That was just what the doctor ordered. That was like 6 dead or something. What is this guy berserk? Do barbs go berserk? Yeah, they do. I never realized. Oh, there you go. That should be the nail in his coffin. Yep. Okay, so the mercenary actually had a lot less trouble, and I won both battles. So, oh, look at that. I already have a neighbor. Some more barbs up here. Let's see exactly what I actually lost in Gwendolyn, or whatever. I lost a single Peshti. Okay. Hum. So, so I think I need to start thinking about reinforcing. Let's look at the score graphs. Let's see how I'm doing in terms of my rivals. Hee hee. Okay, so Ulm actually didn't win any provinces. A lot of people won 1. I won 2. I'm the only one who won 2. Look at that. I'm actually the best expander at the moment. That is surprising, judging by the fact that I'm terrible at expansion. How are the mercs looking? It might be worth trying for the Brave Breakers up here. Next turn I got my first research. Oh, let's look at the research graph. One turn researching with one guy. I'm already as good as Marignon is with, I think, one guy researching for 2 turns. But I'm still at the bottom of the pack, but that will hopefully change. Alright, so now's the time when I would be thinking about starting my next expansion army, but since I have the mercs, I don't think it's really gonna be on the table. Alright, I think this army's good to go. Oh, he's lost his general, of course. I might be looking at no expansion next turn, you guys. Can't really think of a way. Oh, here's actually a thing. Since this general fled, he can grab these troops. And then I can conquer that province. Now I'm starting to get quite a few of these, since I've conquered all the stuff around my capital. It's definitely not time for another general, so I'll grab another researcher. I think these guys are gonna go there, and next turn they can be reinforced. I think, though, I'm actually going to bid on the Brave Breakers. Let's see, how much money do I have? I could win the Brave Breakers with that money if I put it all in, probably. I'm not sure that's what to do. Yeah, I think I will bid on them. It's a tight map. Expanding early is uber important. I'm quite impressed that I'm expanding the best of anyone in the game myself. It's because I'm really worrying about it, putting a lot of money in, blah blah blah. Let's see, did pretty much everyone else expand one province? Yep. Yep, everyone but me and Ulm. So let's see, where could Tianqi be? They could be there, which would be annoying, but very possible. I think people often start there. They could be there, there, or there. So they have to be in one of those places, basically. Alright, I will finish up the turn on my own. Tell you about it next turn. See you guys. Alright folks, just the one battle this turn. I don't think I'll show it to you because we've seen a few of these expansion battles, so let's hope for the best here. That's pretty much the best. No dead crossbows. Now I do notice that I did not win the Brave Breakers, which is a bit of a shame. Let's see. Oh, these are bad. Now, well, Gwendolyn is not my capital, so that's not too bad. Yeah, these aren't that great. I have luck scales. I should be getting decent events, but I have not. Let's see. Well, I won't show you what Tianqi says because I don't want to show my diplomacy on YouTube. Okay, so things are going pretty well. Let's see. Probably I'm now back to tied for expansion. Yeah, there you go. Gath and Marignon have jumped up to be in my camp, and they will very probably be jumping ahead of me shortly. Let's look at where Tianqi stands. There he is. So he's one province behind me. I'll definitely be grabbing one province this turn, but it looks like only one. Okay, so one thing I did, the problem with doing these turns in front of you is that I often fiddle around with it off camera. I actually decided that Tianqi was likely to attack this province. Turns out he didn't. But I moved my Scout Prophet in there to take a look at what was going on. And I did not move my army south because I figured if I won the Brave Breakers I would need them to conquer these heavy calves. So this turn I can move them south. Kind of why I did that. and they can meet up with a big hunk of lads. And that should be enough that next turn I'm back on 2 provinces a turn. Now I am going to need to buy William's boys again this turn. Or else I will be a sad panda. Bam, we know they take out barbs. Okay, now there's getting to be a bit of a problem here, which is that I pretty much need a indie nature mage. I have no nature magic. My god's a nature mage. I would love to see an indie nature mage. I have not actually seen a province yet that has any indie nature mages. So, another batch of thems. Okay. Thinking about grabbing another general. I don't think I will this turn. I think I'll grab my 4th researcher, and then next turn grab the general. I'm going to take a look at what is in the Throne Province with my scout out the gate. I'm going to grab that final researcher. Once I have 4 researchers, I will start thinking about other things a bit. Let's look at the research graphs. Look at that. Kablam, I'm already shooting up. Still down near the bottom, but that'll change fast, especially if I'm getting 4 researchers in a row. Tianchi, look at him. He's actually researching faster than me. And he's right there. I'm thinking Tianchi might be a viable early target. We'll have to see. After I've recorded, I'll see what he says in that message. So, this turn I attack there. Next turn I attack there, and maybe there. Grab one of them. And I still have 400 gold. I'm worried that I'm going to get the Williams boys sniped. I'm going to pay 250, let's say. There you go. And it is time to start thinking about grabbing a fort. With all my money going to Indies. I mean, going to Mercs. Can you recruit anything nifty? Yeah, but I don't really want another commander just now. Now, I'm pretty sure if I lose the Brave Breakers, they will not engage in this fight. Which is a bit of a shame. And I'm worried about losing them. I'm paying the equivalent of... that might be 500 gold. I think I'll be fine with the Brave Breakers. No, here's a scout. I forgot I grabbed him. Let's get to scouting. And this guy... let's see. Oh, no, because summer's about to end. I'll just move him there. Vocation's coming along. I'll grab a bit of PD. Alright, I think I might call this episode to a close now. I'm trying to do slightly less time in an episode than I did last LP. So, see you next episode.